It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS. How the hell did 2021 wrap up for you? What'd you learn? What'd you do? What was good?
Um,
What's hot? What's happening?
well, we finished it just over 960, which was up by basically about 300 year over year.
Booyah.
Um,
Was
so
that
a
a
big
was that a mixed bag of everything up a little bit, or was it new services that you added, or was it just going deeper on one or two things? How did the chips
so
fall?
we added like another 130, 140 in lights, and then
Is that
basically just
like doubling your lights or just or like
we did 225 and then 350,
okay, so like another
another
50% on top.
50% basically.
Yeah.
Um, More than that, but anyway.
And then you froze up on me. Froze up on me just like that, Rob. Yeah, we
Yeah,
were talking about percent increase of holiday lights, and it was a little over 50% up,
yeah. So the
specifically just for holiday lights.
power washing basically we caught up to where we should have been. We've been growing uh, 20 to 60% year over year, and then we were basically down 25% in power washing. So we were up big this year. Um, I just, we were stupid busy with power washing through the light season. We had, unfortunately, my Achilles heel has always been employee turnover.
Mm.
Um, we'd been trying to hire a second and or third salesperson since like March. And then we get to like October 27th, and this guy walks in. It's a realtor, he's up there, visiting from Florida. He's got to take care of his mom or whatever. Um, so he came in, did decently, and unfortunately finished in the negative during Christmas lights, which is kind of crazy on a draw against commission to not exceed that in the biggest and best
Yeah, when
month
you're
of the year.
selling the biggest ticket items.
Yeah, you're selling the biggest ticket items. I mean, we did $750,000 in quotes in November. Like
Damn.
it's insane. We ended up hiring another guy like 2 weeks after him. That he came in and similar thing. And the unfortunate part of what we kind of talked about a little bit at BBB, but um, I finished number one in sales and number one in production in November, and that's not good as the owner. Like,
No, you want to be last. You want to
yeah,
be finishing last.
yeah. I mean, by all means, like, I a couple of big clients, I probably still would have closed like 50,000 just in lights with those two jobs alone were 50.
You're just probably hogging all the good leads, Rob. You're like
Yeah, that's
sending
it.
you guys out to the $500 bare minimum, like one little strand on a roof line type of jobs, and you're taking the
Yeah.
three-story big ass mansion. Yeah.
Well, and the fun part about, and granted, it's one of those things like how do you get the learning curve on sales and all that. And I'm just pricing these things like, guys, here's your price in this area. You guys are at $6 a foot. I'm going to charge them $7 a foot or $8 a foot or whatever. And if they buy it, great. You know, um, and so really realized looking back, um, I need an actual sales manager to help grow that team. Our current sales guy's fine, but he's not the person to be that sales manager. And that's where the two guys that we brought on probably could have been successful had they been able to get a bit more assistance. And it was basically with where they got hired, there wasn't enough time to like
To
teach them how to
yeah,
swim,
yep.
get them into the kiddie pool, then get them into like the 5 foot deep end in the deep end. It was basically like, hey,
Here's your
here's how you
shirt.
swim,
Go sell
jump
some
into the
stuff.
ocean, let's go. We got to do this. And um it's just unfortunate, like I would have much rather have had that ended up much better. We do, we talked earlier, my goal is to do 1.5 this year. Um, so there's going to definitely need to be more than just me and my current sales guy selling. Um,
Mm.
we've got to get a foreman. I've got my production manager in place, um, and he needs to be freed up. Both of us have been too involved in the field, so getting that um, and potentially we got to look at it and see as far as a full on either office manager or we've got office people like, or more like an admin kind of level.
Mhm.
Um, or somebody specifically dedicated to marketing?